Hey guys, Allison here again. We're still back at Yatabi, starting the four-wheel drive round. We just finished the first day of practice for the four-wheel drive. Some changes we saw today. There's about 5 changes out of the top 10, so 50% new drivers coming into the field there. So, Jason, some thoughts on some of the driver changes?
Well, we had Japan coming back a little bit with Sugiura taking the top seeded position. Then we got Bruno Coelho in the second. Mikhail Orlowski laid in a really good run in that last qualifier. Well, not a qualifier, last practice session. And he's seated in the third position. Then we got Jared Tebow, who top seeded in two-wheel drive and also TQ'd. He's sitting in fourth. And so we got a couple new guys. Then there's still some similar guys remaining. It took a little while, I think, the guys to get accustomed to the four-wheel drive buggies again. There was one guy that tried a two-wheel drive buggy. That was Steven Hartson. So you can see that guys were experimenting. They had to go back through the rules to determine if Steven could actually run the two-wheel drive or not. They determined that he wasn't able to run two-wheel. It needed to be either four-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and now they're actually checking that in technical inspection if you're running two-wheel or four-wheel. So Steven he ran about 3 different cars today. He went 2 different four wheels. He ran a two-wheel drive, so that's the defending world champion. Kind of mixing it up, trying different things, and it was actually kind of nice to see. Steven had a 17.8 lap time with the two-wheel drive out here against the four-wheel drives. I think the fastest lap in that last round was about a 17.2 or 3. So you can see the two-wheel drive. I mean, it is competitive, but they're obviously not allowed to run. So we had Ryan Cavallari running pretty well, taking a 6th seed. Lee Martin in the 7th. David Roenfolk, 8th. Nayato kind of coming back a little bit, running a little bit better in four-wheel drive than he did in two-wheel drive. He's still got a ways to go. He was my prediction to win, so he's got a ways to go there. And then we got Ty Tessman and then Ryan Mayfield, 11th.
And they did make some track changes in the last 48 hours. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we did a little track walk video, but essentially they moved around some jumps. They moved the stutter bumps over to the turn, which that was kind of a decision that guys were trying to protest a little bit, try to get them to change and not put those in. But at the end of the day, the guys from IFMAR, Yatabi, and everything, they said, no, we're putting them in like we designed the track, and they're in. And it's still causing havoc, not quite as much as two-wheel, because you're going so slow now. We got a big roller in the center. We got the send it jump in front of the driver's stand here that I think is actually really cool. The best part of the track is this jump coming in front of the driver's stand and then the double single after. I think that has the best rhythm on the track. So it's been interesting to watch. Today I spent a little more time watching the overall times to see how that was going to affect things. And what's interesting in four-wheel is the seating times are very, very close. You can see here the guys are separated by, the top look at all these guys, 52.2, 52.3, 52.5, 52.6, 52.7, 52.8, 52.9, 52.9, and 53.0. So there's only 0.8 difference between the top 11 guys between 3 laps. So it's going to be close. When you look at the overall times, I saw Mayfield was on a 17.01 pace early on in that last practice run. He made 2 mistakes. One was his fault, one wasn't. He still finished with an 08. I see him being a little bit higher when they actually start a 5-minute run. I think he's a top 3 guy right now with his car. It's very easy to drive for him, and it's jumping well. He could use a little more point-to-point horsepower, I think. With the 3 belts on the TLR, it seems like he's missing a little bit of that dash in between. But, if they can get that a little bit better, I think he's going to be really competitive with those guys.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Now, for those that don't know, they did take the fastest 3 consecutive laps, so the overall times he's talking about, the 5 minutes, does vary a little bit. How do you think that'll really play out when it goes into the actual qualifying?
Well, the fastest run I saw going was a 17.501. That was Ryan. He had that going in that last heat. I say people are going to get the 18 laps. At the end of the day, guys are going to get 18 laps, and I'd say that 01, 02, it's going to be just like two-wheel drive. We had a handful of guys getting the 18, and then guys getting the flats in the 01 and 02. I think that's kind of where you want to be. If in that next round, in the first round of qualifying tomorrow, if you get an 18-lapper or you get a low 17, you're going to be in the top 3.
All right, you heard it here, 18 laps. We'll see you tomorrow.